Marc Lobliner, owner of Civation, here after my epic tour of Australia, including FILEX, the largest trade show I've been to outside of the USA. It's got to rival FIBO by now, as far as for actual supplement users, and overuse of Zumba. I'll get to that later. Anyway, I started off the trip in Los Angeles, lunch with my buddy Jim Stepani, PhD. Again, this guy has done a lot in teaching me a lot of what I do now, as far as writing, speaking to consumers, and relaying science to the lay person, so to speak, someone who doesn't have a PhD, like myself. So that was amazing. From there, I flew to Sydney. In Sydney, I had a day with my buddy Chris Goffett and Beck, all representatives from Flush Fitness. Phenomenal day, got a lot done, met with a few accounts right after getting off the plane, also trained. Got some good footage of that. That was fun. After that, I flew that night, after landing that morning in Sydney, to Perth. There I was with my girl Laura. Great time. Rolled, had met with great people, trained with my buddy Dave Ewert, bodybuilder, good dude. We trained at Pure Fitness. The owner, Brad, actually has my picture on the wall next to Dorian Yates. That right there was a prelude to what was going to happen later in the week. More on that later. Met with great people, Fox, Paul, all my boys over there. We had a good time. Got a lot of business done. Got a lot of training done. Got a lot of everything done. It was a great trip. And then the MuscleWorks guys. MuscleWorks, by far, one of the greatest partners we have in the entire world, including Europe, even the USA. These guys are great. Adam and his people, Ryan, they're great. We had dinner. We trained. By the way, that boy can throw down some legs. I was actually sore. And MuscleWorks, they're building a new store. They're spreading out. Good guys. Same with the Natural Choice Group. You got some good people over there. And then from there, went from Perth straight to Sydney again. I've been in Sydney a lot. Sydney's my boy. We went over, FILEX. Walked in, first thing I see is the 40-foot-tall Mark Zilla. A 40-foot-tall, floor-to-ceiling poster of myself, which scared me, and I was glad I didn't have a pimple because it would have been the largest pimple ever. That was an amazing day. Met with thousands and thousands of people. Sampled out Extend. Spoke about diet and training. Shook a lot of hands. Kissed a lot of babies. Signed a lot of autographs. It was the greatest time of my life, I gotta say. I didn't eat all day, all week, except for the morning and maybe at night. All I lived on was Civation Whey oatmeal and peanut butter. While I love my product, it is good to chew food once in a while. But I didn't have anywhere to cook, and honestly, I wasn't going to leave that stand for 1 second, because if someone came by wanting to see me, I wanted to be there for them, and I'm honored that anyone would even come and know who I am. Then, after FILEX, we flew straight out. That's where, well, actually, I missed one. I missed Adelaide. How can you miss Adelaide? Because it's such a small place. Before FILEX, I went to Adelaide. Matt Burke put on one of the greatest single-day events ever. Hung out with my buddy Massive Joe from MassiveJoes.com, along with many other people, many supporters of the brand. Phenomenal stuff. I love Adelaide. Love it to death. One of my favorite places in the world. But back to after FILEX. We went over, and we went to, well, Greg Hagland, the professor, the man who knows more about supplements than just about anyone I know. Biggest fan of GPLC and DAA you'll ever meet. Guy who lives on IVs of Extend. This guy's a genius, phenomenal, probably one of the best salespeople in the history of the world as far as educating consumers and not overselling, and only selling really what he believes in. Greg is an amazing man. He put together the most active 3 days of my life, where we flew out. I flew into Townsville. ASN Townsville put on the biggest seminar ever. Just about 100 people. Amazing time. Training session with those guys. They're amazing people. Mick over there. Then we rocked out that seminar. It was phenomenal. Went to dinner. Next day, we were back on the plane. We flew out to Mackay. High energy. Amazing gym. Did a seminar there. Trained with the winner of a contest. Trained with Lobliner. That was amazing. Amazing chest session. Got some pictures from that. Can't wait till he posts it. Snap Fitness is opening up out there. There's phenomenal. The best 24-hour key card fitness facility you will ever see in your life. They even have a vending machine with Extend in it. That's a vending machine I want in my house. From there, we drove, and we drove, and we drove. We stopped in Rockingham, kept driving and driving and driving onto Bundy, which was by far the most successful place I've ever been to. We got there. First thing, we stepped out, said what's up to our guys over there at Bundy Supplements, rolled over for the most amazing thing put together by Kinetics Nutrition. They had 2 TV stations which have aired this news special on me. A newspaper, a radio, did a training session with a contest winner, did shoulders and biceps, took it to failure. It was amazing. Did interviews, even lifted a small child over my head, which will be posted on the Civation Facebook fan page. That is the trip. Then, well, I got a little bit of sleep, flew back to Sydney that night, got a little sleep. Sydney to LA, LA. I'm here right now. I trained, I got some emails done, and that's Australia in a nutshell. Australia, thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for letting me go there and represent my company as best I can. I hope you'll have me back soon. Thank you so much. Civation, Australia, let's get results together.